I'm Kevin Coleman with the Scioto Post, and we just went through a long hearing with the planning and zoning regarding a new mental health facility proposed for the east side of Chillicothe. And Barbara Mahaffey, what is your introduce yourself and what is your part of this?
Yes, I'm Dr. Barbara Mahaffey. I'm a resident of Ross County, but also I'm the Scioto Valley Mental Health Center Executive Director. But before that, I've been back at that location for the last 5.5 years. But before that, I have worked in mental health. I sat on the first licensure test in Ohio, and I've worked in mental health for 45 years in this community. My grandparents and parents were from the East End, and I think the main crux of the issue is that the East End do not want a facility at their location. So they started asking, why in the world is not the crisis center going to be the location for the mental health crisis compendium unit? And so I've been here to say what I know about this issue, having been to the meetings. My son, William Mahaffey, is the Chief Corporate Compliance Officer and the Grants Administrator of the Scioto Valley Mental Health Center, and he also spoke to our sustainability, feasibility, and his knowledge, because my family alone has worked at the Scioto Valley Mental Health Center for 75 years total, my immediate family, and so I did crisis backup for 50 cents an hour for 10 years. I also helped write the curriculum for the crisis intervention at Ohio University while I was a professor there. So when people talk about experts, I want them to know that it's going to be hard for them to find experts that have been around and taught from the textbook and done the actual research on crisis intervention and what services are needed. I fully believe that it's important to, the Scioto Valley Mental Health Center offered, they wrote a proposal, they wanted the crisis compendium facility built on their property. That's what they proposed because they did research. They are the experts. I have 5 employees that have over 100 years of crisis intervention activity just in Ross County alone. Okay. I also, when I came back to work at the Scioto Valley Mental Health Center 5 years ago, I also have increased the staffing from 97 staff to 170 staff in 5 counties. We have vans for transportation. We have the crisis center number 740-773-4357, and also we're designated by Ohio MOS, which is Ohio Mental Health and Addiction Services. We are the people that provide the 988 services for 8 counties, 5 counties that are governed by the Adam H Board. We are also a contract agency, but our contract from the Adam H Board has not provided any more dollars for mental health services or SUD services to the Scioto Valley Mental Health Center. The basic contract without grants is less dollars than in 1986 and 1987. So we've been slowly kind of what's defunded. That's not known. That's not talked about. And so because I've known every Adam H director from the beginning of the Adam H in this community on first name basis. And so I've worked in various agencies. I know there's crises, but what I've done is build up the workforce because there's a severe workforce shortage and there will be impacts to the mental health. This is my opinion. All these are my opinions, but also some of them are my experiences, having been here as almost a lifelong resident of Ross County.
Okay, so for clarification,
yes,
I'm trying to understand, there are 2 organizations here, the Scioto Valley Mental Health Center versus the Payne Valley Adam H?
Yes, what it is the Payne Valley Adam H Board was begun. It used to be called the 648 Board, and it was to be the pass-through funding.
What was the name again?
The Payne Valley Adam H Board, which stands for Payne Valley Addiction and mental health services, right?
Okay.
So they were formed out of the 648 board to be the pass-through for government funding. They were supposed to be the good stewards of funding mental health and SUD services in the 5-county area. And we serve the same, the Scioto Valley Mental Health Center serves the same 5-county area.
And what counties are those?
And it's Ross County, Pike County, Pickaway County, Fayette County, and Highland County.
Okay.
And so we have 988 services. We also help answer the 988 phone calls. We offer our crisis center, and we've had our crisis center since 1977. And then when we moved out there to the current building that houses the crisis center, which is right by the hospital. For example, the sheriff moved the dispatchers, the sheriff deputy dispatch across the street. The psychiatric unit in Adida is across to the left of the building, right across the road. So we think we have the best reason, because we interview people and talk to people, where do you want this? Because the Scioto Valley Mental Health Center actually owns 18 different places to be able to look at our property to see where we would like to house this, because this proposed construction is supposed to assist people in all 5 counties, even in drop-offs. So I just wanted to make sure that there's things that they're not saying that have people asking questions for good reasons.
Well, it sounds like the Planning and Zoning Board will not make a decision for at least 30 days.
Correct.
So this issue will continue, hopefully be aired out.
Correct.
So how can people learn more about what you do, what's available with what you do?
Sure. We've got a crisis center that you could call at 740-773-HELP or 773-4357. People in Ross County can call our local clinic at 740-775-1260. Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, we're open for outpatient services. We also have substance use service, residential services. We also have mental health respite care and mental health transitional services to help people transition into the community, into their own independent living. So we have a wide variety, and if anybody wants, they can just call the crisis center and I can get them a brochure of the many different services that we offer.
And do you have a website or a Facebook page, Instagram?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And I'll be able to mail this out to anybody who wants it. And I'll be able to discuss this to anybody who wants to talk to me or text me.
All right. I think we'll be talking again in the near future then.
Thank you.
Barbara Mahaffey.
Dr. Barbara Mahaffey, yes. And call me Barbara.
Who is the Executive Director of
the Scioto Valley Mental Health Center.
All right. And with a degree in journalism, you can critique my reporting if I can talk.
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
I have, and also I have a degree from Ohio University in a Bachelor of Science in Communication. I also have a master's degree in education and community counseling, and I also have a PhD in education and counselor education from The Ohio State.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.